All right, today is a flying day. We're hoping the wind calms down a little bit. Jacqueline and I are gonna send it tonight. But before we get going, I wanna tell you guys a quick story. When we went to the Endless Foot Drag, we were driving down the highway, doing our thing. We got the trailer in tow. Traffic in front of us stops. Cars are swerving out of the way for this stop traffic. I'm in the fast lane cruising at 70, and I'm like, oh, slam on the brakes, foot goes all the way down, and we're not slowing down. We're just like riding it out. I can see the cars getting closer and closer, and we rode it out just about 5 feet before smacking into the back of a car. And it was at that moment I realized that the van mobile needs a brake job. Fast forward, we're back home in New Jersey, dropped the van off, mechanic said the brakes were shot, they got it all done, and thanks to the support of my friends on Patreon, it doesn't hurt so bad that we got a massive bill to do all 4 brakes. So a huge shout out to the guys on Patreon. All the info for that is down below. We will be starting another about a month-long van life trip coming up in July, so stay tuned for that if you want to get on board for early previews and other benefits that come along with Patreon. But I got a call, the van's done, so I'm gonna run over, pick it up with Jacqueline. We'll drive it home and see if the brakes are actually improved. Jacqueline, how was work?
You can't use that now.
Well, there she is. We got all 4 rotors, all 4 calipers. Dang, shiny. Super big shout out to the Patreons for helping with the support on this van, keeping us from rear-ending someone and dying. I'm gonna get in and we'll see if the braking pressure's improved. All right, coming to the first stop sign. Gonna take it hot. Woo! Nice and smooth. No more shaking. It's like butter. It's like a freaking butternut squash. Hey, it's Mr. Steel! Hey, Steel! I wasn't Steel. That guy just thought I was freaking crazy. All right, so the van brakes work great. I feel like we're not gonna crash every time we touch them or need to brake hard, so that's good. We're over here at the airport and it's a little bit windy still. I'm hoping it's gonna calm down. To be honest, the weather's been weird recently. It's been like picking up an hour before sunset, getting all turbulent and weird. And we're trying to get Jacqueline up tonight. We got our motor and everything out here, but if it stays windy and bumpy like it has been the past couple of nights, it'll probably just be me. Before we do, I gotta give a quick shout out to my man, Todd at Resurgence PPG. If you guys haven't checked out their website, it will be linked down below. Todd runs this nonprofit that's all about helping out veterans with the therapeutic abilities of flying a paramotor. Todd takes advantage of that and seeks funding to get veterans up in the air and paramotors and really help them with their lives. So check them out. Someone just blew a damn air horn. Well, I think I'm gonna go up real quick. I'm gonna give Jacqueline the camera with the 50mm lens and get some crispy shots. And I'm gonna do a wind check and just see how it is.
Underneath my lips.
All right, so this is gonna be a self-destructing video. I haven't done a Q&A while flying in a long time. So drop some questions down below. Can be anything, paramotor stuff, personal stuff, life stuff. I'm gonna go up, fly into the sunset, and answer whatever questions, and the video will be live on YouTube in a couple days. So drop some questions down there. Video is processing to the Instagram. We've decided the wind's a little shifty and it's really gust factory. It's like calm, but then the trees like bend over and then it's calm and then it's weird. So I'm gonna go up, and I haven't done a Q&A in a long time. Follow me on Instagram at TuckerGott to be a part of possible future Q&As and just, you know, cool pictures. So I'm gonna get set up. We're gonna fly around in this magical, beautiful sunset and see what kind of questions you guys come up with.
Tell me when we're naked. We don't have time, so let's not waste it. Haven't kissed your lips for days. Don't remember how they taste. You can tell me when we're naked.
Alright, we're all situated. I got the Fusion cam rolling, and I have to be honest, I have been very frustrated with the Fusion recently. I used it twice on the California trip, and it worked great. The stitching time was insane. It was like 10 hours for like an hour-long clip, but whatever, I just set it on overnight. But no crashing problems, nothing. Smooth operation, worked great. But something changed. I don't know if it was a Premiere update, a Fusion update, different resolution in the timeline or something, but something's wrong, and it's impossible to edit because it just blanks out my my preview window, so I have to edit it blind. So I haven't been using it, but we're gonna give it a shot tonight. Look at those bad boys. Snapchat! Everybody's favorite part, pulling out my phone and holding it with 2 fingers. We've got 32 comments so far. I'm gonna start at the top. We got Mr. Marcus. I actually met this kid on the highway. He says, is Paradigm coming to Flight Fest and Oshkosh this year? If so, see you there. Good question. We aren't gonna make it to Flight Fest, but the Paradigm team is going to St. Louis. I talked about that a couple times. It's around the 4th of July, and I suppose weather permitting, we're supposed to fly under the arch, so that's gonna be amazing, once in a lifetime thing. And then the end of July is Oshkosh EAA AirVenture. We will all be there also. Ryan Dra something, I can't pronounce words. He said favorite movie, go. I don't really watch movies, and I never really have. But my favorite, I guess it's a movie / documentary. It's called McConkey, and it's about an action sports icon, legend, Shane McConkey. It was an incredible documentary film. Check that one out. The price of paramotor gear scares me. This is from Aerial Hack. Is there a non-sketchy budget way into the sport, or is everything just very, very costly? It's a weird balance because paramotors are the cheapest powered flight aircraft. So really, like, yes, it is pretty expensive. They say like $8,000 to $12,000 for brand new gear. It is kind of expensive, but if you look at what you're getting, it's a great value. But as far as used gear goes, sometimes you can strike a good deal, but you have to remember you're trusting your life with equipment. So you don't want to gamble it on like a wing that you don't know if it's very good, or a motor that's been torn apart internally. Jeep for Chris. That's not a question. Next. Goldie94 says, what is the most memorable paramotor experience and why? That's a really good question, and that's a tough one. I've had a lot of good, really like incredible once-in-a-lifetime flights, and the list has just grown. Like, it just keeps getting bigger. Iceland, like every flight in Iceland was a memorable one. One really memorable one was I took off from the airport here a couple summers ago, and I got above a cloud layer that was really low, like 2,000 feet, and then flew around a hot air balloon, and then the hot air balloon and myself went back up above the clouds, and it was just like, I had never done that at the time, and that experience just really stuck with me. Here's an interesting one. Shrunken Midget says, what is the best and worst part of paramotoring in your opinion? The best part is, I guess, just the freedom. It's everything you'd imagine flying to be. What up, dudes? There's a bunch of people down there waving. I guess it's just the freedom. It's like what you imagine flying to be. There's nothing in front of you. It's just your legs, the open air. It's a very natural type feeling. Just every flight, it never gets old. Like, I'm just sitting up here above the trees casually. The worst part, I can't say it's bad because it's just inherently, it is what it is, but weather, we're very susceptible to weather. So in order to get like as many flights as you can in a week, you have to have all your sunrises and all of your sunsets clear and free to hit every opportunity. If you have like a job that requires you to be at work 5 days a week during sunrise or sunset, it's like, it's really hard to fly. So you have to be really flexible in order to take advantage of the good weather windows. Cubic _ asks, do you think in the near future paramotors will be a staple in transportation? In my opinion, absolutely not. I did the Icarus, which was 1,200 miles over the course of 5 days, and I know how hard it was and how lucky I got with weather. I don't think it's going to be a practical form of transportation ever, mostly because of the dependence on weather, and the speed is like 30 to 40 miles per hour. You're not really going to get anywhere fast. It's more of like, I don't know, what's the word? It's not practical at all. Cam Man Eggers. It's all one word, I don't know. Here's your shout out. What a great name. JJ Morgan 90 says, I would love to support some Tucker Got gear in Tennessee. Giveaways would be fun. You sparked my interest in paramotoring, and I thank you for that. Who do you recommend to take lessons from in Tennessee? Good question. I don't know anyone in Tennessee, but the guys that I know and trust are Aviator PPG. They're in Florida, and they have a bunch of affiliate people around the country. And my friends over at Team Fly Halo, they've got a bunch of training courses lined up for this summer, so check them out. And giveaways would be fun. You read my mind. I'm actually brewing up some new merch designs, and along with that, when they get released, which I'm planning for the end of this month, end of June, I want to do a bunch of giveaways. Not just like merch giveaways, but also like bigger things like GoPros. And it's hard to give away a paramotor. One, because they're super expensive, and two, because like you have to get the right person that's actually gonna get training and have the flexibility in their schedule to go through with it. It's just a weird thing to give away. Jane Mac Fire says, what's your top tips for getting into paramotoring? Good question. Number one tip is get training from someone that you trust. I listed a few of the schools that I trust. Find someone that has experience and knows how to instruct. That's important. Not everyone that can fly can teach. And just get your training. That's super imperative in my mind. Don't just go out and train yourself. That's crazy, I think. And then after that, look into gear. See what suits you best. Your instructor should be able to help you on what size motor, what size wing, what type motor, all that fun stuff. Jeff Poole E629 says, what do you do for a living? I actually want to make a video topic on this because some people know, like, YouTube can make a living just making these videos. Some people don't even realize that YouTubers get money for doing what they do. For the last year, since 2017, I started doing YouTube full-time and making a living from that. So thanks to you guys watching the videos, buying merch, link is in the description, the Patreon stuff, everything helps support this lifestyle and making entertainment for you guys. I'm looking at the fusion timer. We're at 20 minutes, so I'm probably going to cut some of those questions out. I do apologize if I didn't get to your question. There were a bunch of them, but the sun is just setting, and I'm going to venture back to the airport. All right. We're over the airport. I'm going to get a little more altitude, and we'll do a thing. Okay, this is going to be a carefully weight shifted wing over to barrel roll for the Fusion. Uncut. Okay. We go right. We go left. Big one right. Oh, that's so weird without weight shifting my body, just staying neutral. It feels so wrong. But I did it for the shot. Alright, we still got altitude, so I'm gonna collapse the pole. Damn, the sun is just setting. Alright, GoPro Fusion has been stowed. It's sunset, so I'm gonna bring her in. Oh, I feel downwind. I'm gonna carve that. Maybe into the wind. I thought the wind was going that way because that's the way the sock says, but that didn't feel right. So I turned it more into the wind.
That's about all for this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Follow me on Instagram. So thank you guys for all the good questions. If you like these videos, Q&As, let me know. I'll do more of them in the future. And I guess till next time, I'll see you guys. Peace out.